Morning, everybody. Trent from Innovative Marking Systems, and today we are going to talk a little bit about printing on textures. And a lot of the time, people don't even realize how textures affect the print process. And in this case, I'm working on a shell of a helmet, and it almost looks like it has no texture. If you look at it, you can kind of see it, but there's really not that much there. The issue is that in printing the logo on the side of the helmet that was a solid, you could really see the texture reading through on this, and it makes it look like the print's washed out. Now there's ways to approach, standard ways to approach addressing a texture. One is to use a harder pad. It's counterintuitive, but a harder pad drives into the texture and puts the ink down inside those little valleys, or those little spots of texture, better than a soft pad. A soft pad wants to bridge across the top. The other thing is that you want to use a steeper pad. It's a pad with a steeper angle, so when it goes in, it drives into the texture and it allows the air to escape from the texture. But there are times where you can't really do that. For instance, you're trying to do a large image on a contoured surface, and maybe your machine doesn't have quite enough power to make that happen. So we have a feature on all Tosh equipment that's been standard from the beginning that is not available on any other equipment in the world, or on very few pieces of equipment in the world. And it's a function of the electric drive that we have. What we are capable of doing with the printer is picking up the image, coming forward, and programming the delay so that the pad comes down and stops on the part for a certain amount of time. And we found through extensive testing on, for instance, all the Moldtex textures, we did a study on it, that stopping on the part, delaying on the part for a tenth or 2/10 or 3/10 of a second allows the pad to settle and the ink to fully transfer onto the part. And I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but I have two representations of what's going on here. So the first thing is, this is with no delay, and you can see the texture reading through, right? Here is one, the next one down is got a 2/10 of a second delay on the part, and it's already substantially better. And I'm going to show you that on here. So I took what was left on the pad, right? So this is with no delay, and then this is with a 2/10 of a second delay. And now the final thing that I did, so that's already, you can see it's probably 25 or 30% better transfer. Now I did a 2/10 of a second delay on the part, but also 2/10 of a second prior to printing, which allows the ink film to become almost like a decal. And I blew a little bit of air at it as well. And then, so what you get is almost transfers like a decal, a much better image. It gets down into the texture. And the final result is, as you can see, so here's one, here's two, and here's the third one, right? And I bet you I can even get rid of that if I move the pad around a little bit. I'm thinking I'm right on the tip of the pad there. But you can see the difference. And the reason this is possible this is a soft hollow pad. If you look at this pad, this is a 0 to 1 Shore with a hollow core in it. And I did use this because I wanted to be able to get as much wrap as possible. I wanted to mimic using a soft pad and show what could be possible with the right equipment and the right technique of approaching the job. In fact, if I were to do this and go back, I would probably even try a harder pad as well and get even better result. But it's clear that a delay on part, you can see from here that a delay on part and makes a substantial difference in the print quality and print transfer. Thank you.